Hello, welcome to a new 2-minute tip. In this video, I'm going to look at why you shouldn't edit your images outside of Lightroom and how to solve the problems that causes if you do. Hello, welcome to In Studio. I'm Ian M. Butterfield. If you're a Lightroom user, you've probably been told that you should do all your editing within the environment that is Lightroom and not do it outside of Lightroom as well. I want to show you the reasons why that is. So let's have a look at the images we've got here. This is from a visit I made to Nanny Key, which is in the British Virgin Islands on the island of Tortola. And the way to edit any of these files, it would be to right click on it. If you want to go into Photoshop or another application, to then say edit in and select Adobe Photoshop. And if you do it that way, your resultant edit will then end up being back in Lightroom. But let me show you what happens if you don't do it that way. Let's go over to the folder that contains all these images. So I've got 4 images in here, and let's, for the sake of argument, say that this particular image I want to do an edit with it, and I decided I end up going to the folder where it is, and I say open, and that will open it in Photoshop. Let's, for the sake of argument, say that the edit we want to make to this is to add the words wish you were here. Okay, so that's my edit done, and I don't want to overwrite my original file, so I say save as, and we will call it wish. And you can see now that the file is in the folder. But here's the problem. When I go back over to Lightroom, that edited version doesn't appear. And we can come in and out of Lightroom as much as you like. It will never appear there. And that is the reason why, if we do the edits within the Lightroom environment, if I'd have said open in Photoshop from within here, then my edited version would have appeared alongside. Well, it hasn't. The damage has been done. How do I solve the problem? Well, it's nice and straightforward. We go over to the folder list on the left-hand side. If we right-click on the folder and say Synchronise folder, it will search to find out what has changed between reality and what Lightroom thinks the folder should look like. I would always keep Show Import Dialog before importing checked, at which point I can then say Synchronise. We'll go away, do a little bit of work, open the import dialog box. It's identified my one extra image here. It gives me the option to add. In fact, it's the only option available. One thing to just be aware of is be careful over on this side that as to whether you want to apply any of your default settings. One thing to note is that if you normally apply develop settings and metadata settings, those will already be set in there, and you may have to reset it to none if you don't want additional work, want Lightroom to do additional things to it. So I don't, so I got them as none. I say import, and then very quickly, well, first of all, it takes you to the previous import, but if I just go to folder in the library on there, you'll see it's now in the listing along with everything else. And that is how you keep your Lightroom folders in sync with reality. Now, I did it on an individual folder. You can go one level up. You can say, I could have said, right, check at in this case, the 2016 level, and it would have checked all the folders below it. But typically, it's just the one folder that I know I've done some work in and I shouldn't have, that I would need to resynchronize that particular way. So that's it for this 2-minute tip. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.